every day to be perfectionists. Nobody is perfect, but we strive every day to be the best that we can possibly be. This kid works extremely hard, but you can never take anything for granted. I think this fighter is more dangerous than Abner Maris.
This is not a Lamont Roach, but a fighter can do everything in the gym, man.
Against Gervonta.
Oh, of course.
Man, Gervonta is a very aggressive fight. I've watched it.
At the Lamont Roach press conference, Floyd Mayweather warned Gervonta Tank Davis, saying, "You're going to get hurt," sparking tension. Meanwhile, Floyd Schofield dismissed the idea that anyone fears Davis, urging him to focus on fights rather than social media drama, noting that despite his online antics, he still struggles to win over fans.
You know, why be on Twitter all the time and, you know, going back and forth with these guys when you got a job to do? You know, there's fighters out there who are on Twitter 24/7 and can't satisfy their own fan base. So I'm not going to end up like those fighters because, you know, my job is fighting first and making it out that ring safe. Then possibly after the fight, I can call, you know, names out, you know, after the fight. But, you know, being online all the time, that's not for me. It was never for me. I didn't even want an Instagram, but my dad was like, you got to create a fan base. So.
Wow. Young guy, and you don't even care about social media. I mean, that just goes to show how focused you are, obviously, on the end goal of what you want for your career. One of the things you talked about too is that you don't. Obviously, money's important. Don't get me wrong. Everybody needs to survive. You obviously want to make a better living for yourself, but legacy seems to be more on the forefront for you than just a paycheck.
Schofield suggested that Lamont Roach could deliver a shocking knockout, despite being the underdog. He believes Roach has the potential to pull off a stunning upset, which would be one of the biggest surprises in recent boxing history.
Someone else's fight as opposed to your own?
Me personally, no, because I don't know what Lamont Roach and his team are working on. I don't want to, you know, down the man because who knows, maybe he might shock the world. It's not on us to decide. I mean, boxing is a one-shot sport. Anything can happen. Nobody's invincible from getting knocked out. So, I mean, Tank better stay off Twitter. He better worry about his opponent. So that's all I got to say. But in my opinion, Tank should win, but you never know.
Okay. All right. Floyd, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. It was lovely meeting you. And hopefully we'll be able to catch up with you post-fight.
Yes, of course.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Kenny Ellis believes the Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach fight is earning more respect from fans. He praises Roach's impressive career, calling him a skilled champion. While Roach was once underrated, Ellis notes fans are now recognizing his talent. He attributes Roach's lower visibility to a lack of self-promotion, explaining that fighters must put themselves out there to be known. Despite his laid-back nature, Roach is proving he can fight.
Like Floyd Money Mayweather, one of the greats, one of the legends, one of the GOATs said to himself, Sugar Tank Davis. So we know that Tank Davis loves to be painting his nails, wearing stilettos, wearing them purses. How many pay-per-view buys does this Roach Jr. coming up for 130? How many buys do you think this does, my brother?
I mean, 350 is what Tank and Frank did, and Frank wasn't a champion. Roach has been around. He lost to Jamel Herring. He came back from defeat to be a world champ. I think it'll do a good 450, 500.
I think it does maybe 175,000 pay-per-view buys if David Benavidez isn't a part of that crowd, because we know that the Ecuadorian guacamole in Arizona sun where Tuto is from. So they know that without David Benavidez, they can't bring that extra 150,000 pay-per-view buys. It looks like it's going to crash like the stock market one.
Many see this matchup as a major moneymaker. Lamont Roach fights at 130 Obs, while Tank Davis competes at 135 Obs. But despite the weight difference, the fight is expected to bring in massive revenue. Fans are eager for this showdown, making it a lucrative event for everyone involved.
This fight, March 1st, I see Lamont working out a lot in the gym with his father, with a whole bunch of coaches up in Florida. Do you see a different Lamont Roach coming into this fight?
No, I don't. I tell people all the time, no offense, this is not a Lamont Roach, but a fighter can do everything in the gym, man. They can do their push-ups, their pull-ups, they can run 10 miles a day, they can eat their diet. they can change their diet, they can do everything right, but it have to be in your DNA to take pain. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing and able to take the pain that come with this shit? That's for any fighter, you know?
Right.
And that's the difference in a lot of the fights. You got to be willing to take the pain that come with it.
Mm. Now,
in the actual fight, not the training, in the actual fight.
In the actual fight, what's the difference between, you know, the pain inside the gym gearing up to the fight versus the lights and you know, being on Showtime?
No, the workout pain, muscle sore, fatigue, that's different, but
it prepares you for those lights.
But that pain in the actual fight, man, when shit get rattled, your eggs get scrambled, your eyes get blurry, fucking mouth and nose get fucked up. You know, a little bit of everything. Body shots. You just gotta be willing to take the pain and come with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, getting your equilibrium shook every other round.
Davis faces backlash, with some calling him a cherry picker, while others see the fight as underrated. Unexpected matchups often surprise fans, sometimes outperforming hype super fights. Johnny Ortiz defends Davis, arguing he shouldn't be blamed for facing Roach, a champion. He questions whether Davis should simply wait for bigger names, emphasizing that since Roach holds a title, the fight makes sense.
I'd say Davis, catching a lot of backlash. You know, you got people that are calling Tank a cherry picker, people that are saying it's a good fight, an underrated fight. I'm more of the latter. I think that it's always the fights that the fans really aren't asking for that are really the good fights. Because the fights that we consider super fights, oh man, this guy versus that guy is going to be the greatest fight ever. Them Jones is like whitewashers.
Yeah, because certain brands, when it comes to like bigger names, don't mean it's always the best fight when it comes to skill, and that's where I get where you coming from. But Lamont Roach, we know he don't got a big name. Good fighter. Champion 130. The thing is, when it comes to Lamont Roach, is where I say, but people don't know, they be like taking cherry picking. But how is take cherry picking when literally he's supposed to be right now like the face of boxing right now, like most popular, especially Black American, and everybody's offers came up with reasons why he can't fight him. Starting with Lomachenko, there was Rayo, De Los Santos hurt. They try to offer the WBO.
Dennis Berinchik?
Dennis Berinchik. Didn't hear it back, so it ain't like.
So wait, you're in the back rooms, right?
Yeah.
I see people giving you shit in the comments, but you're in the back rooms. Run off everybody who Team Tank hit up for a fight.
I just named the four for sure. Then Lomachenko.
No, just running back just in case they missed it.
Lomachenko, Berinchik, Rayo, De Los Santos, and
Mickey Bay preferred a different opponent for Tank, but understands the logic in facing Roach, a proven champion. He acknowledges Tank's global popularity, second only to Canelo, and sees the fight's business appeal, especially with both fighters from the same area. Whether in Vegas or their hometown, Bay believes it's a smart matchup that balances competition and financial sense.
But at the same time, this one of you could say, all right, I'll take that. Dude got a good record, he a champion, they from the same area. It make business sense. I think Tank, other than Canelo, Tank is probably maybe the most like fighter where people excited to see across the world. So he get them kind of perks. So you can't, that's what the question you just asked me about business. That's a business move. When we said what's the difference between business to, you know, the business side of boxing.
Yeah.
He giving us something where it's like, all right, it's a good fight, but it make business sense because they both in the same town. I ain't sure if they gonna, wherever they do it, it's gonna make sense, whether it's Vegas or their hometown. But I like it. It's a good fight.
How does that fight play out?
I see Tank by shoppers, man. You know, it's his time right now, man. It's gonna take, you know, somebody like a Shakur. I would have liked to see him with Lomachenko, but Loma, you know, I guess Loma didn't want that fight. So it's gonna take somebody real crafty to go them 12 rounds with Tank, because Tank is real. He on fire right now.
Many see Lamont Roach and Gervonta Davis as elite fighters, making the outcome tough to predict. Roach is confident in victory and already planning to challenge Davis to a rematch. His determination and self-belief add even more intensity to this rivalry.
It's Gervonta. Oh, of course. Now, Gervonta is a very aggressive fight. I've watched his tape. I've watched yours. I have no particular pick because I think you are as skilled. I know Gervonta is definitely skilled and a beast. My question really is, if you win this fight, who do you fight next? Because I would imagine that if you got permission to go up, nobody else in the other weight classes would be of interest to you. Where do you go next?
See, that's when now we getting somewhere. I'll fight him again.
You would do a rematch?
Yeah.
And does that make the purse bigger?
I mean, obviously there's a rematch clause, people, so get ready for 2 fights. But, yes, and after I beat him the second time, I probably would ask the WBA to let me go up to 140 and fight Rayo. Because I asked them to fight Rayo before Tank and them, you know what I'm saying, before we would propose this fight.
Yes.
I did ask to fight the 140-pound champ before this.
You were prepared for that?